Leo original.
Yeah.
Indeed. Look at that. That's a nice one.
You like the new? I've been trying to clean up the image.
Yeah. All right. Go do your thing.
Yep.
Hey, you dorks, this is Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you are listening to The Dorkening.
Hi, I'm Brian Johnson, and although you probably accidentally stumbled across it and have no idea why you're watching it, you are in fact watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor, the voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Ah, meow. Oh, Gary the Snail, too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned, my friend's going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Nanites. Hey, we're going to be talking about some Atom stuff. And, if you watched The Flash, you got that reference. It was bad. I know. Anyway, my name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard. And with us, as always, sporting the green velvet Joker. How's it going, my friend?
Evening. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. Drew.
I'm still dealing with the nanites intro. Like, I'm really dealing with it. I just get behind the keyboard, you monkey.
One Flash was good,
Right. Yeah. All right. What's up?
Okay. We're going to talk about Sword of the Atom tonight, which, Velvet Joker, Rich, you recommended was absolutely, you know what? We're not going to talk about it just yet. There is some comic stuff that happened. Have you guys been keeping up with the news?
I don't read any comics before the year 2000. But what's the news?
Not the Batman doesn't go down thing. Is that what you're talking about, Leo?
No. Holy shit! What the hell is that? They talked about it on what the hell is that guy's name? Maurer on HBO. And he said it was from the cartoon, but it wasn't. It was from Harley Quinn, right? It was
yeah. They were going to do a scene where Batman is apparently having oral sex with Catwoman, and the editor was like, "No, you cannot do that. Absolutely not." And because fans are trolls, we took that and ran, and I've never seen so many memes created.
Oh yeah.
That, I was like, there was a disturbance, as 1,000 computers opened at the same time and started creating memes.
And Zack Snyder posted a drawing of Batman going down on Catwoman. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. And I was impressed that it wasn't in slow motion. We're talking about the same guy who was like, no, I wouldn't do a superhero movie, but I would do a Rick and Morty movie. I was like, please no. With all due respect, no, thank you. I don't need Rick and Morty in slow mo.
I just rewatched the Snyder Cut.
What happened?
I just rewatched the Snyder Cut.
You did?
That's fine.
Harley was away for a few days, so I definitely got my nerd watch on.
Nice. And how was it the second time through?
It was okay. I still enjoyed it. Still enjoyed the pacing. Is still 1,000 times better than the first version. Some of it just felt kind of repetitious, and I might have fast forwarded through a couple of scenes, but there were other scenes that I definitely wanted to concentrate on.
You mean the fact that anytime Wonder Woman would fight, you'd hear that same song playing in the background?
Well, I've now seen her in that whole disarming the bomb scene so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I just voted right past that.
That's such a badass scene, though.
It is, but I've seen it 37 times. It's enough.
And how's it feel watching it without all the upskirt shots from JJ?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah. It's just for me, I feel like there were other things that I was fine with, like when Barry saving Iris. I'm like, okay, he would do this. I don't understand how his shoes disappeared. Thank you, Facebook user. They hate that song too, and I'm like, yep, thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, here's my way about it. Okay, I've slowly started watching it. I say slowly because I'm very busy, and because I have to take it easy. It's fine. There have been worse superhero movies. But I don't really get the hype. But again, Rich, you liked it. I'm not gonna be like, well, hand in your nerd card because you like something I don't like. That's not the point. The point is I think it's still a little overhyped and it doesn't need to be 4 hours.
It was enjoyable. It's not a masterpiece. I mean, it's not
but right now, but here's the thing. That's fine. And Leo, you're entitled to your opinion as well. And please don't cancel me. I just don't like how you have these people saying it's like the Mona Lisa of superhero films. I was like, it's fine. It's not I from what I've seen, I'm like, okay, cool, a little better than the other Justice League, but I'm just like, who cares? It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then some people's like, well, Endgame is 2 hours and 30 minutes. I was like, but Endgame is so well paced.
Yeah.
You don't think about that. So you're like, wow, that's been 2.5 hours. And I sat in the same spot and I didn't hit anybody. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. Great. And I'm like, that's cinema magic to me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple times so far, but it's not as rewatchable as a Marvel movie. Like I rewatched Thor and Avengers this week. You know, and
Nice.
It's like probably like the 20th or 30th time that I've watched them. You know, it's just a Marvel movie. You know, I can throw on in the background and I know what's going on, and it's just they're very rewatchable. You know, it's I really enjoyed the Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I know a lot of the hype is because the fanboys were like, "Oh my God, we got them to do something," you know, and
right.
You know, I get that aspect of it, but was it a good movie? Yes, I think so. Did some people hate it? Yeah, but you don't need to watch it. It's out there for you, for the people that want to enjoy it.
And for me, the reason I'm watching it is because I'm like, okay, then, you know what, that Guardians is a great representation of a superhero movie. I do agree with you. Again, Facebook user. But I just feel like, the thing I just don't like is that the rabid fan base, like you have these people that are just so quick to criticize people who don't share your opinion. And I'm like, it's supposed to be fine.
Yeah.
You know, like if you like the Snyder cut, that's great. But if you are praising it up and down and not even acknowledging that it has flaws, then I'm like, but you are blindly following. And to me, that's just stupid. Like you can be fine with it, but the second you become a bully about it, you've lost your argument.
Yeah, that whole, we know that there's those type of fans that like it's my way or the highway. You know, if you don't see things my way, you know, go fuck yourself. And it's just that needs to stop. You know, it's not going to stop, but you know, I don't know. It's just people are too voiced with their opinions and they want people to think.
So what other nerd news were we talking about besides the fact that that DC has acknowledged that Batman does go down?
Yeah, because heroes do that. And
we do.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what do villains do? And I was like, anal. Got it. That's what and you know what the worst part? Because they're bad, because they're evil, no lube. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that's a crime. But but I apologize if I just made anybody gross out. But I'm just saying that was the worst case
categorize
scenario.
all villains that way, Drew. Don't categorize all villains that way because it's just yucky. Just yucky. I don't want to put my
you know, fandom has gone in so many different directions. There's a whole slew of memes of Jon Snow eating what's her name's butt.
Oh my God. Why? No. Stop. This isn't the nerd. This isn't the news our people are watching this for.
Okay, we're not doing you porn and the anime versions of all different sexy stuff. It's not.
Apparently a lot of stuff went down on that boat from Westeros. You know, it was just But anyway, we got a new Suicide Squad trailer today. Did you guys see
Yes, that? I saw that. That looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it does. King Shark is oh my God. I can't wait to see more King Shark.
Did you know that he's getting his own series from DC now?
Is it going to be Stallone or are they going to go and do the right thing and get Ron Funches?
I have no idea. All I know is that in the comics, he's getting his own series again. I think it's
the comic. Okay.
Yeah, comic. Because you got to tie it in because they're predicting he's going to be a breakout hit. No, that I saw that today and I was like, wow, this is, I think, the best trailer yet. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Polka
Dot Man screaming, "I'm a superhero."
I think for me was John Cena saying, "So Project Starfish, that's code name for a butthole. Is there anything about that?" And then I was like, "No." And he was like, "No." was just like, God, this is going to be so good.
Yeah. He talked to both the higher ups in DC and Marvel, and he said that it's not totally out of the picture for there to be a Marvel DC crossover. Did you see that news?
No, I didn't. That's some fighting words right there. You know, you want to talk a Civil War? You want to talk an Endgame? We get some DC versus Marvel. Man, that'll be a big movie.
So obviously director of Suicide Squad, he said that he's talked to both sides, and right now they said no, but apparently I guess it's not out of the picture for something someday.
So maybe what I'm hearing is we should cover DC versus Marvel just to be on the safe side.
I think so. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Totally down. I'm trying to think of any other. Okay, I will say this, guys. I haven't watched Loki yet, so no spoilers.
Oh, I was just about to say Loki.
Shut up. Hey, farmboy, comment. Okay.
You've watched none of it? Zero? Not even one?
I have not watched a single one yet. Although I will say this, though. I just finished reading all of Sweet Tooth. Okay. And I'm excited about watching that show on Netflix because that book was awesome. So Jeff Lemire, Sweet Tooth, Kid with Antlers, Hybrids. It's supposed to be really good. Produced by Robert Downey Jr.
All right. So turn Drew off. We're going to talk about Loki.
Okay, hold on.
God.
Can I mute myself?
Oh, there we go. Well,
I'm just kidding.
No, damn it.
They're going to talk about it on the Dorkening. You better not be on the Dorkening tomorrow.
Oh, no. Well, no. I make sporadic appearances. Yeah. You know,
I don't know if they're going to be able to resist.
I'm saving myself for when they're talking about Back to the Future because I'm going to see if we can get everybody there to dress up like members of Biff's gang. And I already figured it. And Steve would be the guy with the 3D glasses because it works for him.
There we go.
Oh.
So that's this week we're talking about Jaws. Next week is Back to the Future.
Right, exactly.
And
so
we have a special guest that actually was in Back to the Future joining us. Jeremy says Loki has been great, and Loki. Yeah, I'm reading Sweet Tooth too.
It's so good, Jeremy. It's so good. The ending didn't make me cry, but it made me have feelings again.
Yeah, and we just have to say, Jeremy, great to see you in the chat room. We love you, Jeremy. Yeah, so Loki, oh my god, it's so freaking good. I've watched each episode like 4 times already.
So just answer me this. Does Owen Wilson do a good job as like basically the Mark Grunenwald of the show?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
He really does a great job.
Okay.
He does not say his signature line at all.
God damn it. I was just about to ask that. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
No wow.
You know, no wows. Listen, I stick to my status. I'm still waiting for Vince Vaughn to make it in. So, you know, we could have that as part of the MCU. So we could just see it now. We're back, baby. I'm like, oh man, crashing weddings.
Now, Leo, I'll be vague for my good friend Drew's sake.
Okay,
now,
let's be vague.
Rabbit hole today on YouTube videos on the connections of how this is all connected to how the MCU is laying out.
Okay.
Have you gone down this rabbit hole yet, Leo?
I've watched a couple of the videos, but I need to go down further on the rabbit hole. So
all right. Go down the rabbit hole.
Big.
All right, so now we'll move on from Loki because we love Drew.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why I'm scowling, looking down on you. I'm like, I'm watching you.
I'm not revealing anything. I'm just talking about the rabbit hole.
Okay,
that's fine. That's fine.
And the connections, and I won't go further than that. I won't talk about any of the people. Like I won't. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I'm resisting.
Thank you. I appreciate your restraint and friendship.
Yes, absolutely. And so, Leo, in 1983, and you were feeling.
Yes, come on, Sofia.
Oh, okay. So I will bring up my notes for that. And we'll do you want to join us tomorrow and talk about Loki, Rich?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I might delve in. There's a possibility.
Okay.
Possibilities are possible, and microphones are rockable.
Hey, listen, Rich, just make sure you wear green, okay?
Jeremy says,
I got my purple on, baby. Purple and green.
Nice.
Doing it up. I brought my special out for you today, Drew.
Hey, nice. Rich, Jeremy's asking you, is that statue in Loki who I think it is?
Is the statue of Loki who I think
it has not been
Oh, yeah, there is a good possibility to that. But again, we don't want to delve into this because we respect Drew. So easy, Jeremy.
Hey.
You can hit me up on the DMs. We could discuss it behind the scenes. But yeah, not on the show today.
No, so Jeremy, join us tomorrow or watch tomorrow. You're always welcome to join us if you want to kind of come on the show. But we're going to be talking about it on the Dorkening tomorrow along with Jaws. But we'll definitely dive into Loki and we'll talk about everything that's going on so far. New episode tomorrow. But also really quick, new pictures have been dropping from the scenes from The Flash.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Is this the Impulse related stuff?
Now I have to discuss what is the ruckus?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Describing the ruckus sounds like someone smashing pots.
No. My little chins are deciding it's exercise time. So they're causing a little thunder and lightning. So that's why I keep looking away because I'm like, okay, stop. Like dad is working here.
Tooth masher and tooth grinder over there, rocking it out.
Yeah. I wish I gave them that name. No, but they do nibble. Ow, that was my knuckle. Ow. Okay.
Well, since it's little furries, we'll let it slide.
Listen, you guys were talking Thor and Loki, so a little thunder, a little lightning.
Yeah. Jeremy, for real, what is that ruckus? And so you said chinchillas?
Listen, first thing, Jeremy. Okay, I can't control them. Okay, you can just hear them running. It's like flock of seagulls, but it's like fuzzy little energetic rats. Okay, they run so far away, and their running is like the wheels of the bus. It goes round.
Easy, Drew. Easy.
Round. Okay, and second thing, Jeremy. Okay, with these Loki talks, lock it down, lock it up, Wedding Crasher style. I'm getting water now. You two talk for 2 minutes.
Go for it. He's getting water. Okay, really quick. Spill the beans, Rich. Spill the beans.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay. But Jeremy, the statue they are assuming is Kang, is the statue.
Oh, Leo dropped it.
Yeah.
Now Drew can't watch the rewatch.
No. Okay, so we saw the first images of Supergirl from The Flash, and we also saw pictures of.
Why was everyone excited about that? I didn't understand. Why was that exciting?
Well, because it's the first time we're seeing the female Supergirl who is there's theories. It could be either Lana Lang, who does become a Supergirl in the parallel universe, or Seer L, who is another parallel universe Supergirl. So it's more of that excitement. It's again we're treading new waters here.
Yeah.
And that's what they're so excited about. It's not just, the usual stuff. It's also, new things. And, again, Flashpoint is I think it's, again, trying to be very ambitious. And I'm very excited about it, but I'm also worried because we've seen what happens when we get a little too ambitious.
Yeah.
So, So,
two other things I'll mention before I let Sofia possess me. Long Halloween Part 1. Oh my God, that's so good.
Is it out already?
I saw it where it's at. But I'm resisting because I'm waiting for it too.
Shut it. But it's funny. I heard Jensen Ackles said he didn't even let them finish when they were asking if he wanted to do the part. They just said bad, and he was like, yes. They didn't even let him finish. He was like, I'll do Batman. I don't care.
Well, if it's something you want to watch, just let me know. But it is so.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are we adding that on our list? Is Long Halloween on our list? It is, right?
Ooh, yeah, because I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, but we were talking about by the time part 2 came out that we were going to coincide at the same time.
Yep.
Right. We
So
did
we'll
say
do
that.
Yep. Also, I read this week, I blew through it all in one night. Batman Earth 1 Volume 3.
It's out?
It's out. Holy shit, it's so good.
It is? Okay, sweet. If it's in stores, I got to get a copy.
Yep.
I have the first 2, and I've been dying for the third one.
Yeah. Yeah. I have the hardcover. Okay,
Nice.
Jeremy, I am letting you know, Leo. Let me know what.
You're gonna keep waiting now.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll bring up my notes. And,
Yeah, channel the Sofia, buddy.
Okay, so as you know, this is what I love to do. You know, Golden Girls. I am channeling my inner Sofia. Picture it: Sicily, 1983. Ronald Reagan was president. We learned about Vegemite sandwich because of Men at Work. We paid a ticket price of $3.15 to go see a farm boy make it big in Return of the Jedi. An alien is captured by Candy and E.T. A shark swims backwards in Jaws 3D. And Richard Pryor steals a bunch of pennies in Superman 3. On the boob tube, we watched a bunch of commandos that could not hit the side of a barn in the A-Team. Detective with a Ferrari and Magnum PI, and Cagney Lacey made history. Also, gas costs 95 cents a gallon. Actually, I skipped a paragraph. So if you're a kid in 1983, you sat down to watch, get this, this was an actual show and I loved it. Pac-Man Rubik Cube show. The Pac-Man Rubik the Amazing Cube Hour was a cartoon in 1983. That, along with Dungeons and Dragons, the Smurfs, and the Incredible Hulk and Spiderman Hour. And then back to gas cost 95 cents a gallon. Vinyl records began their decline in 1983 as we said hello to something called a compact disc. Also, something new, an El Nino phenomenon disrupts the weather, and the Academy Awards went to Gandhi. So today we're talking about Sword of the Atom on Splash Pages. After discovering his longtime lover, Jean Lauren, cheated on him, Ray left Ivy Town and soon found himself stranded in a microscopic size of the Amazon rainforest. There he had adventures with the alien princess Leathwyn in the realm of Morlod. I know I probably butchered those names, and I'm going to bring up the comic now.
I think Rich should talk about it, because how did he read it? How did he introduce it to us?
Totally, yeah. Go for it, Rich.
Okay, so when I recently reread this, because I'll go back to my original, but I got to preface with this. After getting through the first book, I was like, all right, so you've got the adult thing in the beginning, the possible marriage dissolution, or certainly the problems with the marriage. And then you've got kind of like the story, but I didn't really feel like it was super deep. So then I was like, all right, let's go back. It's 1983. And I'll go back to, I was 12 years old. My mom had recently remarried. I had my bar mitzvah coming up. There was a lot of change going on in my life, and the character, the Atom, I was seeing like the reprints or the redos on TV of like the 1962 Atom, so I was fully familiar with the character and Ray Palmer, and that he was a scientist, and it was super dark, and I was like, oh, this story is so multi-layered, and number one, it's the reimagining of a really classic character, and I loved. I used to draw that redo of the Atom. I must have drawn him 50, 60 times easily. And the fact that he had sort of lost his powers and was sort of adapting, and he was still a hero and about justice, and he saw the world a certain way, and like, this is why I loved it. And after every issue, and it got more multi-layered and more multifaceted, they dropped another thing on, and then they just left it at the end sort of hanging to decipher for what you wanted to. And as 11, 12-year-old me, that blew my mind. And revisiting it now was super awesome. So yeah, that's sort of my summation.
Nice.
And I gotta say, ignore my sister calling me. Ignore. All right.
There you go.
I'll bring up the comic here.
I mean,
now,
for me,
I was curious what your guys' reaction was going to be after I was reading that first book, and I was like, oh, maybe this isn't as great as it is. But Drew, before the scenes, you said that you really enjoyed it. So
yeah, I mean, again, I've only, I mean, Rich, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I only ever knew of Adam as a member of like the Justice League. Or you know, working alongside people. I never really thought of him as his own independent character. And you know, what I thought of this was that it was the love child of John Carter and Gulliver's Travels, because you had that hero from another world in a somewhat advanced yet slightly barbaric world. And then you had that whole little people thing. So you're dealing with you're dealing with enemies that are significantly bigger than you, or such challenges. And again, like it was really more, this is a story about Ray Palmer. This has nothing to do with the Atom. Like he barely uses his powers because of what happens to him. And again, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting way to really look at him, and I thought it was a solid adventure. And of course, you know, you had Gil Kane as the artist. I mean, this guy was one of the best. He's like, I think when I think of him, I think Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, the story he did with Alan Moore, which is another great. But the detail, the characters, everything, it was just. It's weird because this felt very dated, like especially the way his costume looks. It's very dated to me, but it has a really nice timeless feel to it. So yeah, that's how I felt reading about it. I was very entertained. What about you, Leo?
I couldn't put this thing down. You know, I started reading it, and it was, you know, I was like, what am I getting myself into? It's you know, you go to the front page and, you know, it's the Atom, he's riding a frog, and, you know, you see this Amazonian, and it's like, what kind of story is this going to be? But it's just so well written. The art is amazing. But I mean, you know, just talking about, you know, Palmer and him dealing with his real life issues, you know, his marriage falling apart. It's just written just so well, and like the picture that's on the screen right now, where, you know, he's skipping out, she's awake, and she's, you know, trying to, you know, just fake that she's asleep, she's crying and stuff. It's just it just, that really hit me, and it's just you know, then him like starting this whole new life with these miniature Amazonians was just a fantastic adventure.
Absolutely.
And, like I think I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning just reading the whole thing. Just blew right through it. Just yeah, it's just friggin' phenomenal. And Rich, I can't thank you enough for recommending.
Seriously,
nicely done, buddy. I enjoyed it so much. And you know, you had mentioned, Drew, sort of like a John Carter Man of Mars, which Kane actually, he worked on that. And he also worked on Conan the Barbarian for a while. So he was used to sort of this, you know, barbarian type storylines where he sort of, you know, he took this hero and, you know, took his powers away and still showed that he was still a hero, that he was still a man.
Yeah, and absolutely.
That he wasn't going to back down because all of a sudden he was in this other situation that he couldn't control.
Absolutely. And okay, so let us, I feel like we have to address this. Let us talk about Jean Loring. Okay, and how DC apparently had it out for her since now the 80s. Because when I think of Jean Loring, I think of Identity Crisis, right? You know, which, wow. But this one, you know, like right in the beginning, you know, yeah, like you have, I guess, you know, I want to say like cheating housewife, not really housewife, but cheating wife, you know, long hours at the office, can't find where she is, making out with her new partner. You know, I was just like, wow, like in my head, I was like, wow, she was a bitch even from the beginning. And then I feel like, I felt like she was a poor man's Sue Dibney to, you know, who was the wife of Ralph Dibney, the elongated man, for those of us who don't know that. Like, I feel like they always tried making her as that, but, you know, it's hard being married to a superhero. You know, you're never going to be number one. They're always going to be fighting, you know, super battles, or he's a scientist, so he's always married to his work, you know, so she's neglected and she's lonely and she's going to try to, you know, find solace with someone else. But then you had her in Identity Crisis where she literally accidentally killed somebody and then continued a superhero conspiracy simply to cover her tracks, just to get back with Ray Palmer. It's just nuts. So I don't know, but I don't know if she's like the villain. Like, I feel like the monk or the advisor who tries to upthrow the king, this Sargis, he's the villain. Like, I don't know. How did you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I definitely, you know, thought of him as the villain. The you know, the wife, I just took it as, I just took Gene's storyline as just, you know, adding more fuel to the fire and just giving him, you know, a purpose just to start a new life. You know, it's and it just adds realism to that, because, you know, everybody's had relationship troubles and stuff like that. Just definitely adds a layer on top of a already amazing story.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Rich?
Being the elder statesman of the crew and the only one divorced. I'll say that, you know, sometimes relationships are super complicated, and it's interesting in that story. It just seems like they grew apart. They wanted different things. You know, I think she at some point envisioned him giving up the superhero lifestyle. And I think one of their discussions, she almost mocks it.
She does.
And, you know, I mean, that seems like that's part of his core being. So clearly they were fundamentally not right for each other, at least at this time in their lives. But you know, he admitted too that he was invested in his work and long hours, and, you know, then when she went and got herself a career and had long hours, then, you know, like you said, Drew, she sought solace in the arms of someone else who still found her attractive and exciting. But there's still, again, talking about being divorced, there's still a connection with the woman that you'll be divorced with for the rest of your life. And, you know, whether that's through your children or through just shared experience or the amount of time that you spent with each other and the things that you shared, unfortunately or fortunately, there's still always going to be a connection, which they seem to carry through on that, because she ends up being involved all throughout the story up until the end.
Right. She was the one who, even though she had been given his ring, she's like, he's not dead. Like, I know she's not dead. And she just goes to Brazil on a whim. You know, it's so crazy that she's just like, he's not dead. I know, I saw the coffin. Everyone said their condolences. Everything's back to normal. You know, I've got my new guy basically sleeping next to me. You know, he's not atom sized. You know, it's just, yeah, it makes sense. And it's just so, like, again, the story itself was so interesting, the layers, and like everybody had like such a great moment. Like, I would love to see this adapted into an animated movie. I think it would be really cool. You know, unfortunately, Atom is not, you know, super popular right now, so I doubt it'll happen. But, you know, I thought it was great.
And did they use him in Justice League Frontier? The animated?
I think so.
I
think so.
I thought he was integral to the end of the storyline.
You know, it's not. You know, since we're talking about Adams, what is everyone's feeling on Ryan Choi? You know, the one who I guess he was the second Adam, right?
Yes.
What do you guys think of him?
In what?
I don't know, just in general, like as a, because again, like for some people, it's kind of like how some people prefer him versus Ray, the way some people prefer like John over Hal. You know, like sometimes your successor, people end up favoring you more than him. Like some people like Kyle Rayner over Hal Jordan.
Right.
Me, I personally never really cared. I was just like, he's the Atom. Whether it's Ray or Ryan, you got a brain who can shrink real small. You know,
right.
Although I will say I really did enjoy Ryan as the Atom in Brave and the Bold. But that's just me. But
the cartoon or the comic?
The cartoon.
Okay.
Because I don't think I have an Adam preference, but I mean, obviously Ray is the one I grew up on, so he's the more classic to me. But I certainly now have no ill feelings to Ryan Choi version of the character.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just know Ray from Flash.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't really know of the Atom before Flash.
So Leo, you never saw any of those like 60s cartoons that had the Justice League that had the Atom in it? Or you don't call them, or you just never saw them?
I must have.
He had to.
Yeah. I just don't remember the Atom in them.
Okay.
He had a small part.
He had a small part. He was
Get out.
He was small. Leo had glasses even back then.
I did not. You know, I always had headaches when I was a kid, and it was just it could have been I needed glasses. So
yeah, it was because of that.
Yep.
You were already stressed, and you didn't even have your show.
Yeah, I know. No, I was getting hit in the head way too many times. That's
okay. Like honestly, this right here, Leo.
Let's talk about this, Leo. Why were you hit?
Well, you know, growing up on a farm, things happen. You know, it's like I was towed around the field by a bull at one time, and you know, I was hitting the head with a backhoe multiple times.
With a backhoe? Oh my God!
Oh yeah. We had a backhoe. We named it Christine because
named it Christine.
Yeah, because every now and then it would like get a burst and it like just jet forward, and normally that's when I'm like standing in front of it getting whacked.
How about a cow? Have you been kicked by a cow?
I've been stepped on by a horse, and no, it was just a bull being. We had so I know this has nothing to do with it. But when I was a kid, had to be around like 7 or 8. My dad was milking the cows, and we had a bull that would get jealous, and you know we had to keep it out of the barn, you know, while he milked the cows. So the first time my dad asked me to lead the bull and keep it out of the barn, I didn't want to let him down. It was like the first time he asked me to do that, so I took the rope, wrapped it all around my hand, so I couldn't let go of the bull, and something spooked it. And all I remember is being yanked, and I blacked out after that. I got scars on my hands, so I was pretty torn up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Farmer Pond.
Action hero.
Yeah. There was a time though that our neighbor used to tip our cow, and she got real pissed. And if you like tried to cross the field, she'd chase you. So there was one day I was trying to cross the field. She started chasing me, and I ran, and I forgot about the electric fence. I hit the electric fence and flipped into a tub that was used to water the cows. And luckily the fence wasn't on, because I would have been like zapped. So it's
yep, some straight up Jurassic Park stuff right there.
Oh yeah.
Wow, we had no idea Leo lived in an action movie.
I know. It's honestly, it's like I was like getting Amish Paradise flashbacks over here. You know, Farmer Pond over here, everybody. You know, everyone.
The onion.
Yeah. Any of our Midwest users, just if you donate to the Dorkening, Leo will come and do your yard work for you. Milk the cows, lead the bulls, feed the chickens. You
Introduce
know,
Christine.
Exactly. He'll name it after supernaturally induced machinery that will literally try to kill you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's I got a good chicken story, but I'll save that for another day.
Oh, dear, of course you do. Meanwhile, back to things that you won't find on the farm: alligators or crocodiles. Either way, can we just discuss that Ray essentially fights a thing that is so much more dangerous than him, so much bigger and more vicious, and he just nails it. This is essentially like the Atom fighting a dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, also while you bring that up, I just want to bring it back. How far back was these ants? This was terrifying. The like ants that were like devouring everything, and just had this lizard just it couldn't go anywhere, and it just got devoured by all these ants. It's fucked up. The Amazon's crazy.
It kind of reminded me of those scarabs from The Mummy that would just devour. Yeah, and it's just, you know, and then you had Tehran just throwing himself to his death. I was like, God damn, this just getting dark. Like, I thought scooping out his eyes was a lot, but then he sacrificed. I was like, nope, I'm too weak. I can't hurt your mission. I'm like, God damn. And then in true fashion, the girl's like, I've been mourning him from now on. Is it okay to love you now? And I'm like, oh wow, you move on quick, girl. Like, damn. like, and the Atom is like, ma'am, I may be called the Atom, but that is not small down there. And I'm like, go Ray.
That's right.
Things move fast in a small world.
You know, the funny thing is with her, the princess, she I don't know if it was her outfit or just like her general appearance, because she technically is an alien, because they do acknowledge they come from another planet. She was giving me Starfire vibes a little. Like, I don't know if it's the costume or the hair or just the general attitude, but like, I was like it's either that or some oh god, who is it? Red Sonja vibes a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. Vibes. Yep. Feel that.
Yeah. Like, if anything, like during this, I got a little annoyed that we just cut to Jean Loring. I kind of found like later on her story was like, I was glad she was there, kind of like, oh, Ray's not dead. But I was just like, no, go back. I want to keep watching the Atom being like, you know, John Carter of the little people. You know, I was like, no, Jean, no, you had your chance. It's Ray's time now. You know,
Right. New World Order.
Yeah, it was just, it was total crazy. And then even especially like you, what I enjoy is like, despite the barbarianism, there's always in Sinister, there's always that sense of nobility. So you have like, they had the spy. It was, you can either die this way or you can die this day, which way it'd be. And you know, he chooses to poison arrow through the hand and he dies, but they're like, okay, you can bury him now. So it's, you know, again, and Ray brought it up. It's like, you know, you're advanced, but you're somewhat barbaric. How do you manage that? Like, I got to give credit to Gil and I guess Jan Strnad, the writer. It was very well thought out.
It was.
Absolutely. And it was interesting that the whole time that the Atom and even his daughter thought that the father, the king, was the tyrant all along. And it was really his advisor, was Regis, pulling the strings behind the scenes, causing a rift in everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And that dirty, double-dealing, conniving little bald bastard.
Who then gets dosed with White Star radiation and then dies. And again, what I love is that, again, it was like, oh yeah, that's why I'm here. Like, I like how he's like, yeah, I've forgotten everything. Who I was before was inconsequential. I am Ray Palmer of the jungle now. And then you see White Star. Oh yeah, that's what I'm here for. All right, I'm here for the White Star. Hey, cool. Can I borrow that? Awesome.
Yes, and then he becomes Giant Man.
Exactly. He becomes Giant Man, and then he forgets who he is, and then he's just like, I am Adam. I was like, is that Adam with a D or a T? I am Adam. Okay, sir, I understand that, but is it Mr. Adam? Is it like what, like look at him, and then you have like it's all of the classic tropes of it. It's like, I love you, come find me again. I will. He grows, and then he's gone. Let him go with honor. No, I won't leave him. You're coming with me. It's just classic fantasy warrior stories, but it's still fresh, so it's great.
Okay, I just have to ask. He grew back to size, and he just collapsed there in the river. What happened to his shirt?
They cut him off at the hospital. They just don't show it to you.
No,
I think he's talking about in the panel right there, like right there. You see where they're talking about. Oh, look at that gringo out there. We better get him before something else does. Like he's not wearing a shirt.
Alligator pulled it off.
Oh, okay.
Man, those Amazonian alligators—they're rough.
Actually,
not just going to kill you; they'll steal your clothes too.
This is the Amazon. It could have, and this is the 80s. It could have been Baby.
I can't.
And for those of you that don't know, Baby was a baby. What was it? It was a dinosaur, but it was like a brontosaurus, like a baby brontosaurus.
Yes, like the naked superheroes.
Yeah. Thank you. I was just like, what? And then what I like is that the specials continue that story. I don't know if you guys got to read any. I actually got to read the first one. Like Ray will go back eventually. Like everything that they allude to here, they then continue later on. And
his romance with Lathwin.
Yeah, and he actually no, Leo, you really enjoyed it. Stay up till 2 a.m. and read the rest of them. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Unless you already did.
No, I started reading the first one, but I did not get a chance to finish it yet.
I'm gonna have to because I have not.
Yeah, exactly. But I started reading. I basically read the first one. I started reading the second one, and I was like, no, this is the only one. But it was great, and it's Adam's farewell, and it really, to me, feels like this should have been like issue 5 in the series because I feel like it really concludes the story, the main series story, really well. Because I mean, Ray ends up going back. Like there's other situations more than once, but yeah, look at that. It's great. And again, it's still Gil, so everything looks fantastic. But honestly,
love that album.
The hell? But yeah, look at that. Look at that spreadsheet page. That's great. But I honestly have nothing more to say. I thought the book was great. And honestly, I would recommend this to people who enjoy comics, but also really like the fantasy angle, like fans of like Conan, like Rich, you said like Conan the Barbarian. This is like right up that alley.
Drew, did you ever check out Nightcrawler miniseries where he was a swashbuckler?
Yes.
Kind of
a while ago. Yeah, a little bit. Wait, was that the one where they brought him back to life? Is that Amazing X-Men, or is that early in the 80s? Because I know there's 2.
I think the previous one.
Oh, the Amazing X-Men. Yeah, when they brought him back to life.
Yeah.
When he was like a pirate and shit. Yeah.
Correct.
That did give me those vibes. I can see that.
You ever check that out, Leo?
But Rich, seriously.
Nightcrawler swashbuckler one?
No, but I'll need to now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anytime we try recommending you X-Men, you're like, this is fine. It's okay. I didn't really like this much. I don't want to say you're an X-Men snob, but you definitely have particular tastes when it comes to Marvel's mutants.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to open my mind, though. I've been trying to be more open.
Listen, I told you, just read Astonishing X-Men, regardless of how you feel about Joss Whedon. It was a really good book.
Okay.
You know, but
I think I grabbed it. Let me take a look.
yeah,
Pretty
probably.
sure I grabbed it. Yeah.
So
next week, this is your pick, Drew, and we need you to elaborate.
Oh, I, you know what? Fine. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to make it for next week. I'm gonna be on vacation, but I will gladly elaborate so you two, you know, can talk about it. What was the pick?
Spawn. So we won't cover it until you're here. So
yeah. Why don't we wait till Drew's back, and then we'll do one of Leo's picks or something.
Yeah. Why don't you pick?
Okay, we'll do something special for next week.
Yeah, it's fine.
But what are we doing for crowbars, boys? Crowbars.
Right, but I will choose which Spawn to follow because I gotta do my boy right. Spawn, so good. Keep going. Yeah, so crowbars. Who wants to go first? I don't care.
Well, since this was Rich's pick, we should allow him to have the final word.
Go for it, Rich.
So,
well, definitely with the trail down memory lane and the connection of my youth on this, and also getting to meet Gil, which we've featured my picture with him on a different episode.
Damn it, that's awesome. How was he? Was he cool?
What's that, Drew? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you got to meet him. That's so awesome. Was he cool?
Yeah, he was at Terrificon. He was awesome. He had this awesome Indiana Jones style hat on, and I got to take a picture with him, tell him how much the story influenced me, and I really appreciated his work. And he seemed very humble and cool, and he was jolly and had a huge smile on his face and seemed to enjoy what I had to offer.
That's so cool.
It was awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Very cool.
So based on all that, I'm going to give it 4.75 crowbars.
4.75.
That's a hell of a rating there.
That is.
And what about you, Leo? What do you think?
I'm going to give it a solid, I'll go 4.25.
Okay.
4.25. I really enjoyed it.
And Drew, where were you?
You know, I'm going to, wait a second. I got to point the right way. God damn it. Thank you, I got it. I'm going to give what Leo said. I'm going to go 4.25 because, as you know, I rarely give the, oh my God, it's perfect rating. But I really enjoyed it. I was thoroughly impressed. Everything was great. Artwork, writing, characterization, the pacing was superb. You know, again, I feel like it's a perfect testament to how classic storytelling really knew how to pace itself, because if this was now, this thing could have been like 8 issues long, but it was 4 and it was just beautiful. And they took opportunities to go back to it, which I'm totally fine with, you know, in specials and whatnot. But just all it needed was 4 issues, and each issue was essential. So I'd say for me, actually, I'm taking it back. I'm going to go 4.5 crowbars. Like, just superb storytelling.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool beans. Well, there you have it. Sword of the Atom. I got information in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. I want to thank you all for joining. Make sure you check out our Facebook group and make sure you join that, so you can join our discussion about comics and a lot of good stuff coming up. With that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.